Hello everybody. Just got off work, my little part job I'm doing. Come down here to the river. This is usually where I come set for, not a long time. I usually come down about an hour. I just like watching the birds. I'm at the dam here, the spillway. They got all the gates open today, which is pretty neat. I haven't seen that in a long time. Like right now, there's a huge pelican just landed right there. But anyway, I sit here and unwind. Hour, maybe 2 hours, and I go my little sleeping spot. But I had a guy ask me today, this guy I work with, about this fan thing I'm doing. I guess the proper word is van life. I don't call it van life because I'm not. I don't know. I'm just traveling, sightseeing, and I happen to stay in a van. But we'll just call it van life for the sake of it. But he was asking me about it, and sorry, I'm distracted by all these birds. He's asking about it. He's thinking about getting into it. Asked me, just the basic questions everybody does. Where do I stay and how do I make money and so on, so on, so on. And I told him, which I said, you done answer one of your questions. This job right here I'm doing. I mean, that's one way I make money. I do little odds and ends on the side. I'm a pretty good mechanic. At least feel like I am. So I pick up little jobs like that. Certain towns to go in. You can I've been finding them on Craigslist a lot here lately, but like the last one I did, a guy wanted a starter put on, couldn't really afford a shop, didn't have a lot of money. Wasn't no big deal. Between about an hour, it was a new car. Between about an hour, I threw it on there and got my money and left. But anyway, I just do little things like that, make a little extra side money. But I got two main seasonal jobs to do. I do the sugar beet harvest, of course I've said before, and this little state park job here. And this here is pretty long. I'm gonna start looking for something different because this one here, I'm here a little early this year because of family matters, so I come in early. Most of the attractions ain't open yet. This time of year they're doing like cleanup, getting leaves up out of the campgrounds and picking up lambs, all that stuff. But this job I usually come to it in March and stay to the end of September end of August, excuse me. And that's just too long. I mean, I know that sounds bad, but I don't like being sitting here that long. What is that? 6 months? I mean, that's a long time, man. 3 would be perfect for me. Stay here about 3 months working, save a little money, and move on to the next one. Try to find another one, 2 or 3 months or a couple weeks or whatever. That way I ain't stationary so long, because by August, man, I'm sick of this place. I'm ready to go. Well, I shouldn't say sick of it, but I'm ready to see something else, go somewhere else. I actually love this area quite a bit. But anyway, back to the original story. We talked about how I make money, and I've told him about a few jobs he can do and websites. Most of y'all know what they are. If you live in this type of life, you know what they are. I let him look at my van. He was just, amazed by it. And, no big deal. It's just something I threw together. I've seen some on YouTube that are, this is amazing me. They're nicer than some homes. But, on the other hand, I don't need nothing like that because I'm not a dirty person, but some of the places I go, like, I try to stay along the river and lakes. So I'm constantly in the dirt, the sand, the mud, which I'm not saying I bring all that inside. But well, I just watched somebody run over a trash can. That's pretty neat. Maybe the birds distracted them too. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't need nothing real nice like them ones you see, like hardwood floors and all that. That wouldn't work for me. I've got carpet in mine, actually. But I never wear shoes back there. I either take them off up here at front, my little, can you see it? This little rough looking door. Or I take them off at the side door. And then I got three or four little cheap dollar store rugs I've got laid down there that catches most of the, leaves and dirt or whatever. And I can clean them and then wash them once a week or whatever. I actually got white carpet back there, believe it or not. Which at the beginning I was afraid I made a huge mistake, but it's still just as white as the day I put it in. It's all on how you live. If you live dirty, you'll have a dirty home. But anyway, so we covered that, and he started asking, like, you know, sleeping spots and stuff like that. I typically, like this job here, it's a state park job. I say park, but it's actually a animal reserve and a tree farm, which is nothing but a big forest. But they grow trees there and transplant them to their campgrounds and all that. So what I do, I got an annual permit, $30 for a whole year for this place here, so I can camp anywhere on the property that's a designated camp area, backwoods or campgrounds, for that $30. So that's what I do. I stay out here. So I was telling him that this area is pretty easy. Now some places I go, like when you get in the cities, it's a little bit tougher to. Well, you can find a sleeping spot anywhere, but I was telling him, you know, finding a safe spot and a place you won't get a ticket, get hassled and all that. You know, I was telling him the basics. You know, Walmart, Cracker Barrel is a good one. Some people don't know that, but a lot of Cracker Barrels let you sleep overnight in their parking lots. The most polite and moral thing to do is to go in and talk to the manager, explain, you know, whatever situation is, passing through town, or you're just there sightseeing for a day, and you know, ask permission to stay there. Don't just whip in there and throw it in park, because that's just, to me, that's abusing the system. That's how we lose a lot of them privileges, because people abuse them. But you know, other than that, we just covered basics on it. He's really excited. Of course, like any newbie, he just sees the glamorous side of it. There is a downside. A lot of you YouTubers don't. They false advertise. Yes, this van life is awesome. I love it. I saw it on YouTube years ago and thought, you know, what the heck, I'll give it a try. It ain't no big deal. If I don't like it, I just go back home. Needless to say, I haven't been back home yet. But the YouTubers nowadays posting these videos, they just show you the butterflies and the flowers and the birds flying around. They don't show you the hard part of it. There's been times that, you know, I use public restrooms, take showers at truck stops. I got a gym membership, Planet Fitness, but sometimes you go into, I mean, it's hard to even find water, drinking water, without buying it, that is. Of course, I buy my drinking water, but, you know, I got water in there from a sink, you know, for washing and all that stuff. Sometimes it's hard to even find water. So one trick I do is, when I stop and get gas, most of the gas stations has got a little hydrant right there. Now, I wouldn't drink that water, but as far as this cleaning up or maybe washing your dishes and stuff, it works great for that. And I buy these little purification tablets at Walmart. You can get them in the camping section there. There's iodine tablets, all they are. I'll usually drop one of them in there just in case, you know, the water's not as clean as you think it is. I still don't drink it, but considering some of my dishes and everything, I would like it. It makes me feel better. But anyway, we sit there for about an hour, our lunch break, and talked, and I was telling him about the dark side of van life. You know, breakdowns, knock on the dash. I haven't broke down in 2 years, but I keep a pretty tight maintenance on my van. Constantly, every morning I got a routine. I walk around my van and check everything. I raise the hood. I even get down and look underneath of it. Just try to spot a trouble before it actually happens. And so far I've been lucky. I had a flat tire once. Other than that, I mean, nothing has happened. And it's general maintenance what it is. You hear a squeak, find out what it is. Find out what's squeaking, because it could be a piece fixing to fall off your van. My van's a 93 model, but it's almost like brand new, because I bought it. I don't know how I'm getting up on this, but I'll go ahead and tell you. I bought it from a church. It was a church van. It had oh man, I can't even remember now. It's been so long. I think it had like 47,000 miles on it, 48, something like that. So when I bought it, it was still a brand new van. And I've only had it 2 years. I just bought it 2 years ago. It's a 93 model. But with that, a lot of the rubber pieces, like the seals around the doors, the bushings, you know, all of that was dry rotted bad. I had to replace all that. But other than that, I haven't had to do nothing to it. Oh, I take that back. Hang on. I did have to put a serpentine belt on it. Serpentine belt, excuse me. Because it broke on me. It was dry rot. I should have already done that, but no. Kind of overlooked it, and now I paid for it too. But anyway, I did that work myself, so I paid $29 for a belt. Sat there in the parking lot of, there's a Napa Auto Supply. Sat there in the parking lot, put it on. I carried plenty of tools with me. I got enough tools. There's really nothing on this van I can't fix. Hopefully I'll never have to use them, but I got them if I need to. And I'm blessed with the know-how. I mean, mechanics come pretty easy to me. There's a whole lot that I mean, there's really nothing I can't fix. But anyway, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, the old boy at work. I get distracted easy. But anyway, he asked me, his biggest question he asked me is, why do I do this? And I actually had to think about it. I mean, I didn't have a straightforward answer. He asked me tons of questions, but just the basic ones that everybody hears. But then he asked me, why do you do it? And, you know, honestly, I had to sit there and think about it. I get bored easy. I don't know, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. I mean, it sounds bad, but I do. I get bored of stuff very easy. I get bored with my surroundings. I get bored with my jobs. I drove a truck for over 15 years, my own truck. I was owner operator. But I was miserable. The last, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years, I just hated it. But it was my life. Now I lived in the house. That was my income. I mean, I had to do it, but honestly, the last 10 years of my life, I have been absolutely miserable. And not for the reasons you probably think. It's just I felt stuck and trapped. Same old thing every day. Get up. If I was home, you know, take care of my property, mow and all that stuff. Come to weekend, Sunday, climb my old truck, hit the highway. Come back home Friday. Get up Saturday, take care of my home, mow the grass. Sunday, get in my truck, go the same thing over and over. So miserable. And I've had a lot of trouble in my life. I didn't really know what the reason why. I mean, just relationships and jobs, and I've moved I don't know how many times, and I used to think, what is wrong with me? And then, as I started answering this question, I knew, because when I started van life, all that went away. My stresses went away. I've been so happy the past 2 years. I get bored. Normally I don't get bored with my jobs because they're so short, but I get bored with my area. I just put the key in the ignition and start the van and go. And cures that pretty quick. But anyway, man, this video is 13 minutes already. If you've watched 13 minutes of me rambling about nothing. Anyhow, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. The short of the story was, he's going to go find a van. He wants me to help him build it out. And he's going to start doing this. I told him, which he rents, so he's not going to be selling a home or nothing. But I told him, you need to really research and make sure this is what you want to do. I told him just take a few little short trips, a week-long or 2-week-long trips. Get out of your comfort zone, get way off, and just see if it's really what you want to do first. But anyway, that's the end of the story. I'm going to help him build a van. I guess he's going to become a van life member, I reckon. I gotta think of a new name for it. I just don't like the van life thing. For some reason, it just sounds generic. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted to holler at y'all, say hello. Appreciate you subscribing. I appreciate you watching my videos. Pass them along, share them if you would, to help me build this channel. Hit that bell notification too. Don't forget about that's a new thing YouTube's doing. Be sure to hit that bell thing so you'll know when I upload. I'm gonna stay here a little bit longer, watch these birds, then go find me a place to sleep. And I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.